Hello and welcome to Healing Space with Gently Healing. I am Jen Tilley and I am super excited to be back here with you guys. It has been a little while. Hello, Patty. Oh man, I'm really glad you're here. My heart has been with you. Uh, oh man, it has been such a journey the last couple weeks. And Sammy, oh my gosh, sending you so much love. I'm so happy you're in here, and hello to anyone else that's new. um yeah, man, I didn't know where to begin, and as I always say when I start the show, it's just like I feel like lifetimes in so many ways has passed since the last time I was here. And I've missed you guys, and I've thought about you guys. Hello, Robert. Thank you so much for the beautiful music, by the way. If you were listening at the start, he helped compile this beautiful meditation music for us to listen to when we're coming in here. So good to have all you guys here. That's so awesome. Man, so the journey for me, there's been, some death that has actually transpired. And I didn't know like how it was all going to go talking on the show. And I think it's just like so appropriate that we're all coming together at this winter solstice. And winter, brings about death. It's where that's just like part of that process and part of that season. And it's such a conjunction time currently. And so it is just a powerful time for some beautiful souls to pass on. And it's just finding, that beautiful strength to, walk that path to helping those pass over as they go on to their next part of the journey. And man, so for me, it started with the beautiful spider that has graced us for many months. And so I was kind of, a little sad on that, but I did the process, and I definitely I think when Dom was here, and he said it so well, we were talking about death, and it's that once the lesson has been taught, like once it's time, the lesson has been is there. It's time for them to go. And they've done their work, and it's been beautiful work to have these souls in our life. And then and I just knew like these messages, I talk about it on here about animal medicine, and I'm constantly watching the signs, or the mountain behind us caught fire, and I knew this was bringing about something. And when you're watching the astrology, just knowing that change is coming. And right now we're conjuncting, when it's conjuncting Saturn and Jupiter together, it's like bringing and conjuncting together the concept of Jesus and Satan, the good and the bad. And that's what's coming together. It's this balance. And it's a beautiful time. And I could tell you, the next little soul that it was their time was my dog. And he had quite a powerful name. And I think understanding, his name is Adiajna. And I named him that, and it is also about that balancing and that conjunction point. And it was a beautiful time for him to go. And I just look at how like every single day I got an opportunity to just be grateful for that little guy, and the way that he had come into my life, and the lessons that he brought, and the way that he opened my heart. And I just can't even express how grateful I am. And to understand that none of us, are going to get out of here alive. And what I want is to be able to pass on without fear, filled in a space of love. And that starts with me and my heart. And so, man, it was a beautiful journey taking Audie to his end, and loving him to pieces. And I would say, these are life-changing experiences. And I know some of us that are viewers here, and my throat, have also lost people in the last several weeks. And when I say my heart goes out to you, I love you. And I have such compassion. And the thing that I learned is it's just be grateful for every moment that we get. It's right now. And it's not right or wrong or good or bad. It's like loving yourself where you're at right now in this moment, conjuncting with yourself and transcending like the things that you don't like and just choosing to do it different. And, with death comes rebirth. And I watched that. I watched that. I took 3 days after Audie's passing, and I think this is important to do, is to honor the passing of that spirit. And so I took that. And on that third day, I was sitting there, and out of the corner of my eye, I just can see this little dog, this little like same little American Eskimo puppy, just like kind of doing these backflips. And I just like could understand uh, that it's important to take your time to understand the art of detachment. As much as it was beautiful to be attached to the souls that are here, that there's a different level of attachments. Well, we're entangled, you guys, and we don't go anywhere because of that entanglement. We're always connected. So in the way and the views that I'm seeing it, in that connection, I can still see him no longer in pain and with a young little springy body. When he came to me, I thought I had a week maybe with him. He was abandoned in the desert. And he came to me and I thought, well, I knew it was going to be my job to help him cross. And I gave him a powerful name in order to do that. And I got nearly 2 years, man. And every day I'd wake up, and throughout my day I would say, I'm so grateful. And it was learning to be in that moment, not knowing how much time we're ever given. But that was also showing care to myself and loving myself and seeing this passion. When you love these little guys or the people in our lives, you can only experience that to the magnitude of how much you love yourself. And take that and love yourself like that little puppy, or that father-like love, or whoever it was that was there. That is also you, being able to be entangled with that spirit whenever you wish. And it's just allowing the transition. And it's so interesting how it's like the jobs and the daily tasks are the same, though there's certain aspects that aren't there. You're not stepping over that dog anymore, or you're given a lot more free time. And I say in those times that I want to honor that. There was a sacrifice made, and I want to be able to build upon that energy and be reborn in some way into the honor of the love that I got to experience, and heal my heart from that. And that's kind of my thoughts on this part of the journey. And for those that are listening, I'm grateful, and I hope these words can help. As I think a lot of us, grief is part of life, and I think it's important to share that time, and kind of give the insights of what you learn through that process. And even with the spider, it was kind of interesting because I knew she was sick, and I could just experience it, but I knew that she lived a month, pretty much past the life expectancy. Hold on. And I saw her up above. She had crawled up from her web and was resting on the ceiling. And then she kind of dangled down, and I saw her kind of barely hanging on, and I made note of it. And then I walked into the other room, and when I came back, she had fallen. And it was, and she had passed, and then we did this beautiful funeral for her. And it was later on, I was standing in my bathroom, and I was looking at myself, and I began to think about that process, and the piece that I was missing was the fall. It's like I saw the things before except for the fall, and how I hadn't been there. And I was grateful that the next opportunity I got, I was there, which was awesome, and I'm grateful. But I was right there, and maybe I was for her last moment, however it was. But I was thinking about this fall, and I kid you not, the razor that was in my shower fell and hit right at the moment I was seeing, imagining the fall, and piecing together at that moment that I saw the spider hit, the razor hit the bottom of the shower. And I was just like, oh man, that is an incredible connection. I don't believe in coincidences. And I just, take those opportunities to remind myself that, again, that entanglement, we're still there, and it's just changing the perspective when that transition happens. So anyway, again, thank you for listening. I love you guys so much. Um, And I just want to kind of glance over at comments as I hadn't. And yes, Jen, grateful, love you. Patty, I love you so much. So much. Big hugs. It's loss that hurts, but thankful, grateful. Life is precious. Yeah, and it is. And it's taking that and growing that love, man, you know, and honoring that and building upon that. It is a really strong foundation that you can make with that if you want. You can an opportunity to experience those lessons and apply them to your life if you wish. And it's pretty awesome. So much love to you, Sammy, too. My dog Bailey isn't doing well, 13 years. I told her to give mom a bit more time until I get over my grief for my dad. Bailey girl, mom needs your love and support for a little while longer. Yeah, okay. Well, everyone that's listening, let's just come together and just send Bailey just all the healing energy um, that we can and just surround her with love. And I can tell you that the space of love is where healing transpires. So just in your mind, we don't have a picture of Bailey here, but if you want to post a beautiful picture of Bailey on Facebook, we can also send her more love there. So let's just kind of take a moment and just send Bailey love and healing energy. And I like to imagine it coming down with that crystalline light into that space, that crystalline light. And again, the rose, you guys, is built in the architecture of the energy of healing. So all of that, if we could just take a moment. Actually, my flute is right in front of me, so I'm just going to play it. So let's just go there. All right, that felt good. Uh, Thank you, everyone who participated with us. I love you, Patty, and I'm sending Bailey so much more just healing and just opening that space that whenever it is that time, it will, well, give it that space that anything is possible. And hence the crystalline light that is the void just pulling in with all of the possibilities in that space. So, yeah, man, it's a journey. I also look at like the moment that Audie died. I ended up looking at the time because I wanted to know. He died on 12/13, which is just very transcending into that 13th dimension, and that is well, I'm not going to go into details of 13. It is where you want to go. It is a powerful next step, and he died at 4/13, and that's a conjuncting him into the 13. And I am grateful, even if, like, at that moment I couldn't understand. When I look at the power of that astrological time and how powerful it is a time for those like my dog to transcend, was right at the moment he chose. And that space for Bailey, There's lots of amazing times in the future coming up for her. And so all healing goes to Bailey. And I love that we can conjunct that into the space and balance that. So I love you guys. Um, the razor to help you to cut the cords. Um, I don't know totally what that's in, like exactly where that fit in, um, but that does make a lot of sense. Bailey, oh, so much love. I told her what you just said. She licked the screen. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, my heart, my heart. You know, dogs just have just such a beautiful energy. I just, oh, man, it's just like I could feel that like this exhalation I just did. It was just such a purgative breath, I could tell you. Um, it's connecting to that heart space and just opening up and just receiving it. And I'm telling you, healing is answered in that. And my biggest thing I kept and always do when I'm ever like dogs are in there, you know, are they going to live or not, is I do meditations. And I've had dogs live for years after doing this. I mean, like I had a pit bull that was like 100 something pounds. She died last year, at the very beginning of January, not even a year ago. But she was 17 and she was like a 100 pound pit bull, which is like 5 years past, right? So there was so much. Like there was one time she had this like tumor on her side and it distended her. Like, sorry, I gotta drink some more. Mm. I just distended her side and it was massive and I couldn't even get her moving. She was on the third story. And so, like, really, I was left to just meditating over her. And I did for like 3 days. I get very passionate when it's my animal. I just can't leave their side at all. But it's wonderful because I just meditate and I put them in a space where they're not hurting and we're just running. Like I do the beach mostly, like so much, like like most of my animals have loved the beach. And I just like, it's green. Like, it's just like I add so much green into the space because that's the color of the heart chakra and love. And so I just fill that space and I just play with the animal in my mind and I make sure that I don't have worry or concern. And I just, in my voice, because they pick up on it. And I just say all the positive things like, oh, you're such a good doggy. You know, the things that really perk them up. And if I need time to like balance myself, I'll walk away and do some breath and just understand the importance of just keeping this space as just positive and light and filled with love. And that's when it's easy for me when I just like go into meditation to just like also like balance myself and just have such a great time. And then it creates this really sacred space for you guys from here on out as well. So you can easily jump in and out of it. So if they're ever like, say their tummy's hurting or whatever, it's very easy. Like you build upon it and it's like a whole other dimensional world. And dogs are very, very receptive to that. And so, so I just say, turn that frown upside down and go to your happy land, you know, and go run and play with your dogs. And maybe bring in your other dogs if they knew it, you know, like just the most fun spot where there's not pain. And I found that to be really rad. There's certain mantras that I use. Some of them are super powerful. With the Sasha one where it was just like, it changed my life. Like I say it with much warning because I called about change. I called about change and my whole world turned upside down from there. But miracles happened. And that tumor, like as I was talking about with Sasha that had distended her within 3 days. And I chanted Nam Yoho Renge Kyo. I just put my earbuds in and kept that chant going like for 3 days straight. And that's the Lotus Sutra. It calls about change, and it brought about massive change to my life. But it also like within 3 days, like so on the fourth day, like third day, Sasha was up. She was off the bed and running around, and we got her down. Not running. she got up and she started to straighten out. And on the fourth day, we were at the beach, literally put her feet on the sand. Her tumor was pretty much all but gone. Within 1 week, it was fully gone. And she was trotting. She was trotting within days. And so it wasn't like a full run, but she ended up running. Like, oh my gosh, I can't even tell you like how exciting that was once she like fully straightened out. And so, and she did that time and time again. And there was another time that, like we were able to like, like I couldn't shrink another tumor. I was trying very similar things, but we ended up like somebody just gave us the money for a surgery that the vet could just like remove it. It was a mammary gland that got like infected, like tumorous, and some woman just like that we never even knew. She just like we started a GoFundMe, and she's like, "Here's $2,000." So it was just like you haven't had to just open the space, and it's unbelievable the miracles that can pour in. And I could tell you over the years with Audie, like I just never knew like how long I would get. There was times like he had that horrible cough. If you guys that have been viewing for a while, if you could remember, for a while I'd keep him outside, and then when it got too hot I'd just be like, well, he's coughing. But anyway, so my love just is sending out there, and then just teaching you what I've learned. And another thing that I really, oh guys, oh man, such a rad experience. Like if you just keep your perspective, like it's all about perspective. I pulled out my flute when like an hour or so before Audie went, and I sat above him, and I played my flute. And when I was playing my flute, I began to just like imagine my friends Joe and Lucinda that live here on the property, who love Audie to pieces too, and we have instruments here. And so Joe has like these drums, and I have like the singing bowls. And I imagine them all in a circle around Adiashna. And Lucinda was playing the singing bowl. And so was Joseph. And then Zach was playing the drums. And then Zach and Joe changed. And Joe began to play the drums, and Zach just began to tone the space. And then in that space, I realized that, like I didn't want to leave Audie's side. So going and gathering everyone and making this happen, I realized that they would have totally done that. And there was no difference. Like in this dimension, it ended up happening. Like I created the space, and it was beautiful and magical. And it was a great story after he passed to tell them too. Like we all just sobbed about it, because it was like they were just like, we're right there. And even Lucinda, she went and sat like right in the spot I was imagining her, like when she said goodbye to him. And dude, it was pretty crazy. But anyway, I'm playing my flute, and so I'm imagining that Zach is toning. It is like powerful, and then I start like pulling you guys in, and I think about you guys and love, and just like how I've talked about my dog, and we've pulled him into different meditations, and I just like started to pull in all the different energies. And this happened to be last Sunday, which I normally do my show on Sundays, except for the last 2 weeks. And I just like pulled you guys in, because your energy, like it was there, man. And I love you guys, and I could feel you, and then pulled in all these different sorts of love. And then I touched the Amazon. Oh my gosh. And in that moment, I touched the Amazon jungle, and I was there. And I could feel the curandero that I worked with in the jungle there, from the Shipibo tribe, Dio de Mero. I could feel his forehead touching my forehead while I was playing my flute from the jungle. And his wife just passed just within like a month ago. And it was sad. Like, man, that my heart was just like in that moment while she was passing. And he ended up going on live on Facebook shortly after passing. And I watched him sing his Icaros to all of us and to the world, was he sharing his message to us. And I could hear a man that had just suffered the greatest loss he could have ever known in his life. And at a moment he hit this note where it was like you could like, I can't believe he could have gone through so much healing in that magnitude of time, and that, like, I don't even have words to describe to you this note he was able to hit. And it just gave me what felt like what strength, that if I ever was to go through something like that, I wanted to be that strong. And I could sense that. And I could sense that note he sang as I played my flute. And I could just feel his forehead right here. And I could feel this like download of kind of information that he was sharing with me, that he was showing me that these souls were passing, that all I needed to do was remember, that we just need to remember that we know this, and that they're preparing things for us. They're preparing things for the next part. And and I feel like that helped me so much over the next 3 days, on just remembering and how I could feel like I could change and touch my heart, and understood, like I could touch my heart to Audie's energy. And in my mind, I could see him as this cute little puppy. I could see that. I might not be able to stick my hands in his fur, but I have a little bit of his fur, still. It was the most powerful moment I've ever had in playing my flute, and I've had some really powerful moments. And I realized how important it was that I was needing to express my heart, to be able to balance myself and walk myself through death, and to journey this and be able to stay strong for this sweet little spirit, this sweet, sweet soul, that I too needed to express myself in a healthy manner and not stuff it down inside. And I knew in that moment that I had this gift, this ability to play my flute. And anyway, so that was pretty rad. I see some comments here, and one of them is in Spanish. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you guys. I love you so much, and it's walking the path, man. We're gonna experience death in our life. Who do you want to be? How do you want to show up in that time? And one thing that I could say is I'm very proud of how I showed up for my dog, and I wouldn't have changed a single moment. Yes. So Bailey sends healing and love back. Well, that is very sweet, Bailey, but we're going to kind of play like it right back. Like we'll do an Edda Karina kind of concept. It's that powering you right back, and I'm holding that space, and we'll just circle that energy. And I think that's really beautiful. Tell Bailey, give lots and lots of kisses and lots of hugs. I had already posted a picture of her in her blanket. Oh, that was the one with, okay, I did see that. I hearted that one. Okay, awesome. Cool. Well, awesome. I can picture her right now then. I saw her. Go check her out if you haven't seen it. Go, I'm not sure if you want me to announce your name here so you can put it in there for if they want to go find you and some more loving information. I love you, Patty. I'm not sure if I'm supposed to share that, so just let me know in the future if I can. I told Bailey to come find me when I pass, or Mom is coming to find her. She's an incredible dog, like Olive. Like we all think of our pets. Absolutely, that it's just teaching us about love. Like it's just so rad, and really, we can be that fully connected There was this, yeah, we can be that fully connected. Yep. And you just gotta just keep yourself balanced, man. Keep yourself balanced. And that's how that intuition in that channel just remains very, very open and clear and not kind of twisted with the emotional lenses. You probably already know that, but I'm just sharing that out there from what I have learned. Beautiful, Jen. So many wonderful people in this world. Yeah, I love you. Hello, Lisa. So happy that you could be here. Love you so much. Mwah. Sending you love. Hello, Wilso. Welcome back. I will, again, I know you put this in Spanish. I don't speak Spanish, so I'll do the translation later when I get back on Facebook so I know what you said. You always say such sweet things, and I'm sending you so much love. Mucho gracias. Hello. Oh, sorry, I should read these before it just pop up all of them. I'm giving you a big hug. I love it. Love it. Love your flute playing. It brings me such comfort and joy. Good. I love that. I love to be able to share that with you guys in the world. Mm. Hmm. Cool, cool, cool. And sending so much love. Awesome. Well, right back at you, man. So, oh my goodness, it has been quite. I feel good about this. Like I said, when I started, I didn't know like how it was gonna go. Especially when I was doing my makeup, I was like, I wonder how like how much should I define the eyeliner out here? Like, no, man, this has been really healing for my heart, and I just really thank you guys for tuning in when you just like listening. I think it's just such a cool journey to unify with you guys and be able to share in this space and like be able to like hear about it, you know, Patty, and be able to stop the show for a minute and just like do some loving healing work. It's providing that space here. So if anyone else needs that, man, you just always let us know, and we're happy to, you know, share that space and build it because, oh man, well, yeah, the other thing that like came to my mind too is like the like just being entangled with the people that are passing, and because we share that bandwidth with one another, and let's say they're older and they didn't get to like get all the information that a lot of us are receiving now. You know, there's a almost like a different dimensionality between like people that are much older. Not all of them, but I've worked across the map, and I don't know how many of you have found this, but I have. Um, and the fact is that they're having an opportunity. They're still connected with you. So the more you learn and the more you heal, they get to share that bandwidth and that information. So the next space they go, like for example, like my grandmother used to come and visit me like all the time in my dreams, and she would always come to me like right before really big events, and I would just like be so unexpected, like 2 days before I left my ex, like time now is time to work hard, and like it was just like those real dreams, like they really happen, and you wake up and you're like, what the heck? But there was enough weird things, like my grandmother was in her coffin and opened her eyes to talk to me, even though it wasn't like creepy, but it was like like looking back sounds pretty creepy, but it was so real, you know. And then there was this point where she came and visited me like in my dream for the last time, and she explained that it was time for her to go on, and that I wouldn't be seeing her, and it would be really hard to see her anyway. And so there's points that they do move on, and I've experienced that, and I think it's really cool to be able to have a certain level of connection, and it's come to be in all sorts of ways. And I know that as long as I stay like open to more and the possibilities of more is revealed, and I attract more and more is like I was really much younger when like those kinds of like dreams and stuff would come to me, and at first it was just weird, like 20 years ago, 30 years ago, to talk about that was like you just didn't really talk about that. I did to my family a little bit, but it's like you might think this is really weird. But today it's really cool that there's a lot more people that have these experiences, and I would love if you guys have had experiences to hear about yours on what you have experienced to like the afterlife and what's past here. But I definitely I keep learning, and I keep uh, like what I get to experience now, and yeah, I could ramble on and on about that. So what else? Back, I guess, to just seeing, I think with like the meditations that maybe we do today is really bringing in like the winter solstice. I mean, this is the longest, darkest day, and now it gets brighter from here. This is all symbolic meaning right at the time that Jupiter and Saturn are conjuncting, which is like I said at the start of the show, but it's like basically the good and the bad, and Satan and Jesus, and they're all like conjuncting. And that's what we get to do with ourselves is conjunct into the now, conjunct that time, and get reborn and shine lights in new ways, and find ways to just love ourselves right now. And it's all about our perspective. And if there's things like shadow work doesn't have to be like rah, it doesn't. If I think that's what this time is teaching us. And so I think bringing in to the meditation just loving ourselves now. Our dogs or the things that passed, they loved us. It was an unconditional thing, man. And that was also you. If you could recognize that, if you could see that, and you could experience that, that's you, man. That's you. So, Patty, you said I had something similar, Jen. It was creepy. Didn't like it. Matt made me cry, and my mom coming to me with a weird message dream about my dad. Oh wow. I would love to hear about that. Whether you want to like share it with us, or if you want to send it in a message to me, like I love that. And it's interesting. It was at like long something. How long ago was that? Was that like shortly before your dad? Is your mom still alive? Like all of those things. I have so many questions. That's so cool, man. I love that dream. Anything I could put in there would just be like that's so cool. I'm so glad. Oh, how's Zach doing? That's so sweet. I know they're taking a break from EU. Oh yeah, expanded understanding. Um, so Zach, I feel like he's doing pretty darn good. Gosh, I could tell you that Zach is like probably the most incredible person I've ever met in my life. Um, the way that like he navigated like with Audie, like you go through so many different like emotions when death comes into play. Like you can get really mad about it, or like frustrated. Like it's just like you go through all the feels, man. You go through all of it just because you're learning that art of detachment because you've been attached, and so you're going through it. And oh man, like to watch him balance himself, like sometimes it can like pop up and it's like irritability or something, and he just like oh, he just held the space so well. Like even if anything popped up, like he just like it was really cool to watch. Like go and like take care of himself in some way, like go and groom his beard, which was taking care of himself, or like doing kind things for himself too. Um, it's been really cool. Like he started doing like astrological charts for couples, and just more of that. And so it's just been really cool to like see him like come on. So I'll give him a plug. If any of you guys like especially right now, or wanting to kind of see what the heck is happening in your astrology, definitely reach out to him, or I can link you to him. Um, Yeah, but yeah, it just kind of like, it's funny kind of how things just happen. It was just like, they would kind of would just take, I can't speak for Zach and Aaron. It just like wasn't like this like definitive, we're taking a break. It just is like the flow of life. And it's not that it's like ended. It just is, I guess. And I don't know how to speak to that, but I thank you for checking in on him. Um, they talk still, Aaron and Zach, all the time, and it's been really cool to see the growth of both those boys since the beginning when they came together and barely knew each other, and to see the growth of their lives. And man, that's been really, really cool to see the bromance grow, if you will. And so I send Aaron lots of love if you see this. And man, yeah, so he seems to be doing really good. He has a fire blazing under him right now, and I like to see that. But it wasn't easy for both of us, but I could tell you that I'm super grateful he was there. Like that first moment when I knew he was going and I called Zach over, like you want to just like burst out into tears. Like you just want to be like, no, and like, no. Oh man, he just came and he just started toning, and he just like held the space and like with me, and it just like helped that snap of where, no, you're a good, good dog, and you're like, I'm so proud of you, just like doing something that like I'm scared of doing. He's doing something that like, man, I admire. I do. That is like, he knows now something I don't know. And anyway, yeah. So Zach, in my book, he's doing really spectacular when it comes to human beings. But you would have to ask him how he's doing. I can't speak for him, but I can speak for what I see. And I'm really, really grateful for the love I get to have in my life. Like I can't even tell you. Like like the people like I live with on the property here, like right after Audie passed, like Zach went and got him, and it just like we embraced in one of the most loving hugs I've ever experienced in my life. And you could just feel the true love. And it's cool to be able to trust people, and it's cool to be able to really truly have love. And it comes via way of friends and just like a working unit and in so many different ways. And oh man, it is cool to see. And I had to like set boundaries and do a whole bunch of stuff that felt really uncomfortable several years ago, but now like when you go through a horrible experience, to just see like the people that are there and show up, really rad, man. It's really cool. So super super cool. And you guys are here listening, like I can't even tell you, it's pretty rad life. And I wish that so many could be on it forever with me. So okay, all right, so your mom had passed and she came, so she was kind of like my grandma. Okay, so recent dream on Friday night was my dad in his body bag at Neptune Society. I don't know what Neptune Society is. Um, Interesting. If you could tell me what that is. I was there and his hand flew out of the bag to try and grab me, saying, I'm not dead. Don't let them kill me. Okay, wow. I dreamt in July that my dad was going to pass on my birthday. As soon as I woke up, I told my dad, don't you dare pass on my birthday. When's your birthday, Patty? Oh, I love you too, Sammy, very much. Okay, so oh my gosh. Okay, when is your birthday? And okay, so um I've shared this before on other shows, so some of you, and you might have known this before, but dreams deal with our futures or our pasts only. They never deal with right now. So they're like kind of they could be premonitions if you continue down this path. So, like Patty, you even telling your dad that that wasn't an option literally could have altered that path. So, I'm very interested to hear when your birthday is, because like it can, like if you continue down, this is like it's like a divination of your future. But you can alter that, and this is why, like, if you don't like that nightmare is showing, like, you can definitely, change that by understanding the symbols that that nightmare is saying. So that is very interesting. And so in early November, I had two dreams. My dad passed in December. It felt real and hit my heart hard. I knew he would pass in December, past 12/6/20. Oh, well, six is a spiral, man. That is like that is like everything right now, Patty, is so powerful astrologically. So it is a powerful time for your dad to transcend. So again, love giving you hugs about your dad, but wow, that is really, really awesome and spectacular that you had this, like these dreams that came to you to like prepare you. It's like that art of detachment, and like I could see why like it would be really creepy to see your dad in like a body bag. Like when I was telling you, like my dream with my grandmother, the first time she came to me, she was laying in a casket and I was standing like in the like line to walk up to see her, and I was really scared to see her. I was like, dude, I didn't see her. She didn't want an open casket in real life because she didn't want people to look at her dead. Like that was totally logical to me. So when she was like had an open casket, I was like, oh my God, I don't know if I want to see this. And and then like my cousin came walking and I like grabbed him and I was like, "Is it gonna change my perspective? Please don't." And he's like, "Please tell me, like I don't want to see like make that my last way of seeing her." So I was really like creepy and like creeped out by it too. And then he was like, "No, it's really important. She has something to tell you." And that's when I walked up there. Like I was like, "Okay." And so I walked up there and saw her. Her eyes were closed, and that's when she opened them, and that's when she began to tell me all the things and prepared me for my life and showed me about like how she tried to make her life as happy as she could, where she settled, and it was a whole bunch of awesome information. Anyway, not about me. Right at the second, I took it. But it's about you, Patty. Right now. Like this dream or these dreams, like literally, I love you. Thank you so much for sharing this. It's a cremation facility. Oh, I have heard of Neptune Society. I helped somebody that was that was dying. Yeah. Okay. All right. Mm-hmm. Wow. August 3rd. So you had like a lot of information coming to you. The dream with my mom again already passed. Mom called me kind of mad because she'd left a message on my dad's answering machine about his service. This was before my dad passed. Oh. Do you remember what she was saying to you and why she was mad about it? And man, that's really interesting. And this wants me to like I'm so Neptune Society, like as it came to you, like Neptune is like, does that like for your own symbols, do you think of Neptune Society solely like when you saw it as the cremation place, or did any of like the planetary aspect? I'm trying to like dig for your symbol set on what the like meaning could be behind that. And but it's pretty, it's sounds pretty prophetic. Um so wow. Wow, Patty. Wow. Okay, so I was just rereading that. This is really cool. This is really bringing to light like how powerful our dream states can be. What did you take away from that? Knowing it was coming in December, and how did you like not like was it? How did you handle the balancing of like not being scared or like when you have this information? And again, I'm really wondering, Oh, oh, and then is August 3rd your birthday? I think you're saying August 3rd is your birthday because you had the dream in July, and so just let me know if that is right. So yeah, because that's pretty cool that he like he made it several months past that point too. So that's the thing that I get with those dreams that come is like just learning to be grateful for every day. So, anyway, okay, Patty, thank you for all of that information. And I'm going to just kind of mull that over. And if anything pops in, I probably will send you some messages because I think that there's so much symbol set in there, but what is just so awesome. Like, it's almost like that prophecy, like this is coming, be prepared. There like, did you end up using the Neptune Society for your dad? Like, there's yeah, it's so anyway, I'll talk to you more about it in a little bit. That is awesome. Okay, guys. So, um, where do we go from here? Dreams, pay attention, write them down. Powerful time, conjuncting. Let's do well, let's just kind of do a draw about this like not this like next week, but like the conjunction, um and also bringing in with the solstice, so the power and energy of the time right now and what's to come with this, for what is helping us, what is hindering us, and where we're at now walking into that space. Yeah. Oh man, I love you guys. Thanks for being here and listening. And okay, so what is, and I guess for anyone that's new or they're just tuning in, what I like to do is an animal card draw. I think I find that there's a lot of symbolism in animals and a lot that we can learn from them. I think that the animals that show up in our lives can bring answers to our own prayers, and so I think that it is often easier to learn through story and metaphor. And when you bring in such a like the reading, such as like drawing the swan, or like bringing in grace to your life, or like I could think of like too many are coming in, but different animals all have different meanings. And so, oh my gosh, mom, my mom just popped in, you guys. Hi, mom. Nice to see you. I love you. Um, so I was talking about the animal card readings. So for anyone that's new and the different symbols that it represents, I love you, mom. That is awesome. I was talking to her just the other day, and she said she had watched the show, and I hadn't known she had watched the show because she had never commented. But she thought she shared with me that she thought it showed when people popped on, and so just letting anyone know out there that's watching, like, I can't see who's popped on. I can only really, well, I can only see the comments, and I can see like how many people are watching, but I don't know where it's actually coming from. But it doesn't actually give me an accurate number of who's watching and which platforms they're watching from. So anyway, that's cool. So this is my mom. Hi, mom. Love you. Cool that you popped on. Oh, don't even worry about your typos. We're not those kind of friends. This is like, what a beautiful story. Thank you for sharing that. This is awesome. I love you, Patty. Okay, so we're going to start with what is helping us right now. Cool. Which is interesting. It's going to be the reverse armadillo. So that will be interesting to hear. We pulled that before. Oh, don't worry about it, Patty. I'll talk to you more about your dream. And I'm so grateful that you came into this space and shared it with us, because I really think that like coolest part of like, yeah, we'll talk more about it. Thank you for sharing, and yeah, like just how our dreams can shine lights on what's to come. So I love you. You're awesome, and cool. Thanks, guys, for welcoming my mother. So let's draw the card of what would be hindering us with this solstice and also the conjunction coming in. Um, and that is going to be the reverse links. Ooh, interesting. Um, yeah. And then where are we at now? Oh, everything was in reverse today, you guys. Interesting. Rabbit. Oh, so where we're at right now, it's saying like fear. The rabbit is fear. Okay. Yeah, it's a crazy time right now. It's an interesting time. And you guys, I love you. So just starting off with that, where I'm like, here we are now. And I again, for anyone that's tuning in, the conjunction, Jupiter and Saturn, when they're conjuncting Jupiter, the energy of Jupiter is basically kind of like the energy of Jesus, if you will. And Saturn breaks down to Satan. So it is taking both the energies of good and evil, right and wrong, good and bad, and it's conjuncting them together. So finding that balance within that space and understanding that we're more than that. And it's a very interesting time. And it's, like, well, it's the winter solstice and it's only going to get lighter from here. So love yourself, man. And it's a powerful time to be able to divinely light your steps, to show you the next indicated step. And it just is balance, man. You stop, you check which one feels better, and you go that way. You listen to your heart, you bring in the logic, you recheck your emotions. It's logic, emotion, logic, emotion. You're divinely protected, and you are loved, and you are love. So the fear, I mean, it's in reverse. So perhaps we're entering this state. Let's see what it says as well. That we're coming about the most powerful time, and we need not fear. Right now is a time that we come together and we speak the universal language of love, so we know the next indicated step to take. And there's a lot of fear out there, and there's a lot of distractions. And if you take care of what's happening inside of here and keep listening to what's inside of here and have faith, you don't need to figure it out. Your subconscious mind has it all worked out. You need only have faith. And bring in the logic. It's the balance. And that's the conjunction. And that's alchemy. And that's the cross. That's the center point. So here we are. And I do want to make a side note that I did see the star tonight, and I really thought it was going to be a lot brighter. I don't know if any of you guys got to see it and where you're located, but it came up right after like sunset. So the sky wasn't totally fully dark yet. And I was like, it was happening right here when I was on the show. And so I was just like, I don't know if any of you guys got to see it, but I really I climbed on top of the roof and I looked at it and I was like, I could tell that I had expectations. So we're starting out with the armadillo. So let's find out what's helping us, you guys. And talking about boundaries. So setting our boundaries. Armadillo. So the poem goes: Armadillo, armor all my boundaries. Teach me my shields. Reflect all the hurt, so I will not yield. That's pretty awesome. So in the contrary position, it says, go ahead, roll up and hide. Oh, this is really interesting because you guys, that made me think right before I even start, It's about like the hibernation and going inside. The winter solstice is about that. It is winter, and it's shining the lights inside, and so it's like the armadillo is shining that. What is going to help you is roll up and go inside. This sarcastically is the message of reversed armadillo. You may think the only way to win in your present situation is to hide or to pretend that you are armor coated and invincible. But this is not the way to grow. It is better to open up and find the value and strength of your vulnerability. So maybe I'm getting it backwards. You will experience something wonderful if you do. So it's saying you can go ahead and roll up and hide, or don't. You open yourself up to the vulnerability. Vulnerability is the key to enjoying the gifts of physical life, and allowing yourself to feel a myriad of expressions are made available. For instance, a true compliment is an admiration flow of energy. If you are afraid of being hurt and are hiding from feeling anything, you will never feel the joy of admiration from another. Yeah, man. I totally get that, man. That last hug with Audie before he passed, it was just like opening my heart to the fullest and just allowing it that space and making myself vulnerable in that moment in the hardest times. It was true. The key is in allowing our armadillo to help you to stop hiding. You have the armor, you have the protection, you have all the things you need. You built yourself strong. Trust it, to have faith in you. In this way, you are able to accept or reject any feeling, action, or energy flow without having to hide from it. The underside of armadillo is soft, but its armor will protect the softness if its boundaries are in place. Hiding from your true feelings and fearing failure or rejection will amplify your need for cast iron protection. You have the power to rid yourself of these doubts and to touch the deepest part of beingness. You will know you are doing the right thing, whether it is communicating or painting or surfing. The creation belongs to you. Just like playing the flute, man. The creation belongs to you. And you build upon that. The only real rejection is in not trying to break out of the armor you have used to protect yourself. Is the armor now becoming a jail and your fears are the jailer? So true, man. Oh man, that resonated. I don't know how many of you that resonated with, but man, that totally resonated with me. And I can understand why the armadillo has come about bringing its boundaries and vulnerability message to us. It is both. Yes. And oh man, Sammy. Okay. So again, sending clear skies your way. And the star is supposed to still be visible, or the planets conjuncting are supposed to still be visible through like the 25th to 27th. So we just clear the skies, clear the skies for you, just like we sent the sun. So I'm sending it your way. So everyone, if you can think of over England, making sure to give them clear skies to see such a cool and awesome event. I can tell you this. The one thing, it was the first star I could see in the sky. But again, I thought it was going to be huge. It wasn't. But doesn't mean that maybe tomorrow it will be different. I'm not so sure, but I will keep you posted. So, awesome. Think that armadillo is on point. Agree. Yep, Sammy, you agree too. Totally on the same page here. The next one, we got the links, which is secrets. So this is going to be what's hindering us, you guys, is our secrets. So that makes a lot of sense. So opening ourselves up and not hiding and speaking our truths so that we can see where we are now. Links, you know the secrets so very well, the dream time and the magic, and you'll never tell. May I learn to hold my tongue, observe like the Sphinx, powerful yet silence, the medicine of the lynx. If Lynx has appeared in the reverse position, it is time to shut your big mouth. Something you are jabbering about has let the cat out of the bag. Are you defiling a sacred trust, or have you broken a promise to a friend? If not, you may have pulled a good boner on yourself by blabbing your latest idea to the friend of a competitor. Watch your tongue and see if you are able to refrain from gossiping. Wait, I just looked up and then okay. Or talking about your latest romantic conquest. Ah, look and see if in your present state you are able to listen and truly be interested in someone else's stories or ideas. On this level, Lynx is telling you to become worthy of trust. Then the secrets will be available to you. Okay. So, one thing that I like felt very much is it is a time to build your dreams right now, guys. Writing it out and saying, what are the 3 things I want to be doing 1 year from now? What, or whatever, however many you want to put on there, but to put your passion to. What do you want to be passionate about? What do you want to heal about yourself? How do you want to be? Who do you want to see and be? And I found that when you go and you blab about those things, I'm going to do this. It can take away the energy. It can take away the wind of the sail. You don't need to brag about what you're going to do. Do what you're going to do and then share about it. There is a time, but there's an inverse to that. And then, and it's very clear, like on this message of what would be hindering us. And don't defile that sacred trust, you know, and broken promises to friends. Be honest with yourself. And I can see why it would be so important right now to be honest with ourselves. And first and foremost, because we really are lying to ourselves all over the place. People wouldn't be irritating us out there if it wasn't true. We would all be in love with absolutely everything, like the color red, be madly in love with it. There are aspects that you're hiding from. And that's where the lies and the secrets, and gossiping about others, all of that comes right back to you. So, not worth. And heed the warning. That will be what's hindering us, and to watch that if there's habituation in that. And we can often have emotional lenses if any of us out there are addicted to the cortisol, you know, the stress and what that could bring in. So, and it's saying that if you speak your truth, more is revealed to you. And we kind of talked about that, like being able to have like more prophetic dreams and stuff. It just more is revealed on your path when you listen. And so you might look at choosing to have your brain in gear before you babble, before your babble starts, or your foot may have to replace your tongue. Yeah. Yeah, like it literally is saying like mind your thoughts. Like I don't know how many of you out there, but I work on this. Like watching what I'm speaking. There is times that I could just babble on and not pay attention to what words are coming out of my mouth. This is part of my discipline and my training is literally monitoring it and watching what I say before I say it. What's my point? Where am I going with that? And I could tell you that if you're not minding that, you got to watch what you're saying because there's a lot of things that can just come slipping out that you're not aware of. You're not like things that want to come out, like gossiping about someone, like mindless thoughts or something like that, and because you're not paying attention. So pay attention. It's very important. A good lesson it's talking about for sure. What could hinder us? This is the know-it-all syndrome. Oh yeah, always having to be right. Watch out for that one too. That's a message for me. Fine, if you want to talk, just sew up your ears. After all, talking leaves no room for hearing or learning. Such a good point. Lynx is a tough teacher. And if you have let the cat out of the bag, be ready for the consequences. So, man, I could tell you, like, I don't have the answers. Go search for yourself. There's just more to be revealed. And always question everything it is that you believe. I'm constantly searching for answers. Like, I'm not. I know that I had a sister that always had to be right. And that taught me that somewhere inside of myself, I always had to be right. And where did that play out? And where, like, that was something that I was playing out, whether I was speaking it or whether I was thinking it. And mostly I was thinking it. And then I learned to speak about it. And then I learned to kind of like more or less hone that, rein in, like the taming of the shrew, if you will, of like always needing to be right. It was a very fascinating thing. It's discipline. Like, you learn to transcend the behavior. And if you're not speaking to where you're at now and you're not watching and minding those thoughts, like, you're always telling on yourself somewhere. Like, especially when you aren't paying attention, you end up saying something and then you look back, and so our words are magical. They spell our reality. So that can really come back and bite you. It's a fascinating journey, you guys, and I always like, what a good message for what could be hindering us on this next path, because there's no right or wrong or good or bad, but there is a spiraling down process, if you will, and we want to be spiraling up. I mean, maybe we want the downward spiral, but that's a whole other issue of, learning to love yourself, and maybe like it's a whole other one. But I want to be spiraling up, and I think a lot of you do too, and that's why you're here. But yeah, I don't need to go on with that. Become Lynx and wear the Mona Lisa smile. Only you will know what you are smiling about. The cat will not have your tongue. You will, as well as the power of it. I love it. You got to discipline it. It's all about discipline. My ears are ringing right now. That just like spoke to the truth there. That is awesome. I really like that message. I have 2 daughters. I have learned the hard way to watch my words. Yeah. That is so true, Sammy. If my mother is still tuned in, I'm sure she could understand that as well. Yeah, it is. And I get that, just like on a different level of just learning to speak what was going on inside. So I could really call myself out for it. Our thoughts are what our subconscious mind is creating for us and is empowering it. So if you're gossiping about somebody in your mind, know that that subconscious mind has to play that out somewhere. And when you're not paying attention, it will come out to your external reality. So learning to mind that tongue, and that's also starts with minding those thoughts. So good messages, you guys. Oh, my mom is still listening. You are. You're still here. I love you. Cool. So now, oh, my book is slightly breaking. I've been using it a lot. That's good. It's got lots of love. And again, the last one. This is speaking to where we're at now. That's fear. Is the rabbit. Rabbit also speaks to fertility, and at this point, fertilizing those dreams is a really, really good idea. It's a really powerful time to build that space. Scared little rabbit, please drop your fright. Running doesn't stop the pain or turn the dark to light. It's a very beautiful message right there, all in a little poem in and of itself. Says the paralyzed feeling which rabbit experiences when being stalked is rabbit in the contrary position. If you have tried to resolve a situation in your life and are unable to, you may be feeling frozen in motion. Yeah, I also think of analysis paralysis. That's some words that come. This could indicate a time to wait for the forces of the universe to start moving again. It could also indicate the need to stop and take a rest. It will always indicate a time when you need to reevaluate the process you are undergoing. and to rid yourself of any negative feelings, barriers, or duress. Simply put, you cannot have your influence felt until you rearrange your way of seeing the present set of circumstances. Back to the perspective, man. There is always a way out of any situation because the universal forces does move on. It is a way in which you handle problems that allows you to succeed. Take a hint from Rabbit. Burrow into a safe space to nurture yourself and release your fears until it is time again to move into the pasture, clear of prowlers who want a piece of your juicy energy. Oh, yeah. That is quite a good message, you guys. You got to burrow in. And when you burrow into that beautiful, safe space within your heart, you're able to open yourself up to the vulnerability. You build the confidence in yourself. You build a passion. And a drive for more love is what I found. It is nice to generate more love within this space. So I love you guys. And fear just really is, again, that false evidence appearing real. And yeah, I mean, that is, in and of itself, explains quite a lot. But when we're fearful, it distorts our reality. It twists it. So it's important to take that moment, like the rabbit, freeze, stop, check which one feels better, and you go that way. You take a moment and listen to your heart. What's the next step? And you go that way. And you keep on doing that one step at a time. The world can change in a second, but it takes seconds to change the world. You. And so learning to balance that out. And what a cool time to do that. You're not good or bad or right or wrong. It's how you see yourself. It's how you want to show up. What are your morals? What does your heart tell you? And that's what this reading said to me. So I think it would be really awesome to kind of just do a quick little meditation on connecting to the space of, you know, Saturn and Jupiter, and bringing that conjunction within, and what lessons it can teach us about that balance. It's an energy, and the power of the winter solstice, and bring in the power of the three animals that we've drawn. And I think that would be really, really fun to do. And I really love you guys, and thank you for being here. Jen, this is a beautiful, safe space with you, much needed for me. I've been having some really bad, sad, tearful days. I know it will get better. I hear you, Patty. And it does. It gets better, and then it can get worse, and then it can get better. And I know it will get better for you, Patty. And I can just see how awesome it is, on just how intuitive of a soul you are. And how awesome and brave it is to share about your cool dream that was like also creepy all at the same time. Because, you know, there's a lot of people out there that don't see it that way. And I do. I do. And I see you, and I care about you. And the biggest thing that I could say is I hope you're finding an outlet to express yourself in a good, healthy manner. And tears are good purgative medicine. Balancing out the positive with it is important so you don't depress the system. So as I was explaining, like with the flute, stretching, man, just like bend over, touch your toes, twist your body, move yourself, get that energy flowing, you know, march in place, you know. get the energy flowing, because the chakras have a tendency to depress when the heart is sad about something, you know. And it's awesome that you're able to speak about that, and that system's not depressing currently, and that's really rad that you're sharing your heart here in this space with us. And so sending you so much love, and it is that process. And I've done meditations on connecting my heart back, you know, to, like, I hear your heart, and I shared the things, and I think you heard that, and I'm here if you need to talk. I love you very much. And it's interesting on how even if you've never met somebody, that you can still feel their energy within that space, right when it connects, when you're talking with them. It just is really cool to feel that. It's my pleasure for everything you do and give us with your beautiful mind and heart. It's my pleasure, man. Like, we're all in this together, and there's a reason that we're going through such similar experiences, and we're all coming together, and we're all healing that same wound so we can get to that next space. And some of us slower than others, and some of us, you know, like, here we are, and it's awesome. Oh, my tears aren't a problem. I'm a big sensitive crier. Sad time or happy times. Good, good. It's like a great way to share that space. I have happy tears as well. Hmm. Cool, awesome. Well, let's do this. Drinking water, you guys. Water is really, well, we're made up of 80 to 90% water. It changes with its own vibration and frequency. And so what I like to speak into my water is about love and caring and abundance and joy and healing and and openness and kindness. And I like to speak those words into that water, so that when I consume it into my vessel, it is speaking of that vibration. And so anyway, if you guys have water, please go grab, or don't, grab some, drink some. It's helpful when you meditate to bring that into your vessel. And we do sound healing, so that is also speaking to that, and it also will vibrate into your auric fields. So pretty rad things about entanglement. Highly always recommend to do more looking into that. So let's begin. So find a seated position, or if you prefer to lie down, it's a position where you don't feel like you're having to hold yourself in place. You can have your legs crossed or straight out. When you're comfortable, it's helpful to get that energy moving. And at points when you breathe in and out, straightening up the spine and seeing if you can get it straighter is also very helpful when you're meditating and allowing the space to just be more comfortable for you. And take a breath in through your nose and breathe out through your nose, and just check in how you're breathing. How deep is that breath going in? Can you feel it in your chest, in your stomach? Are you breathing so good you can feel it in your toes? Can you breathe in and feel it in your crown, the top of your head? And exhale any dense energy that might be blocking the energetic system. And breathe in crystalline light. Breathing in the energy of the void where anything is possible. Love fills the space. And exhale any dense energy. And when you feel that space has been cleared, or if any thoughts that might pop in that feel negative, just exhale it out, transmuting it into love and light. And breathe in the crystalline light, and breathe out the crystalline light. Very good. And now, within your space, imagine the planet Jupiter. And just see Jupiter. And see what you observe of the planet. And if you don't know what Jupiter looks like, just see what your mind creates Jupiter to look like. And clear your mind to opening it to any messages that Jupiter might have to share with you as it conjuncts at this time, bringing in its powerful messages. And draw your attention to Saturn, that's directly conjunct and across from Jupiter. And see what you can observe of Saturn, the warring planet that keeps and helps rotate the balancing energy of the earth. Positive and negative, light and dark. Very good. And breathe in and out. And leave them aside. And take a moment to call in and touch consciousness with this time and this space of the winter solstice, opening to any messages that it might have to share with you on what is to come and what is to be built. And leave that now. And breathe in and breathe out through your nose. And see how you're breathing now. And say, I love you. I'm here because I care. And open yourself to the language and energy of love. Very good. And now we're going to call on some energies of the animals we pulled in, pulling in the energy of the animal that came to help us. The armadillo, bringing information about the boundaries that we should set or break down. Armadillo, armor all my boundaries, teach me my shields, reflect all my hurt, so I will not yield. And see the armadillo, and on its bottom of its belly, its vulnerable side that it shows. See the energy coming from the top of your head, from your crown. It looks like the strands of your DNA and connected to the heart of the armadillo. Connect the helixing wires coming out of your energetic system to the heart, opening yourself to hearing the energetic resonance of the armadillo. Very good. And breathe it in and down and out through your root and out through your feet, back into the earth. Breathe the armadillo back inside. The concept and the idea of the armadillo circling in and out. And leave that. Now we call in the power of the lynx. The one that knows the secrets. See the lynx and connect your other wires that looks like your DNA. The strands of your helix to the heart of the lynx. Lynx, you know the secrets so very well. The dream time and the magic, but you'll never tell. May I learn to hold my tongue, observe like the sphinx, powerful yet silent, the medicine of lynx. And again, breathe that lynx energy down into your vessel, down into your heart, and down and out, and root it to your earth below you, and back inside. Very good. Very good. And now we call in the rabbit. The scared little rabbit that brings about the message of fear and fertility. Sacred little rabbit, please drop your fright. Running doesn't stop the pain or turn the dark to light. See the rabbit and connect the heart or your strands of your DNA to the heart of the rabbit. The strands that come out through the crown of your head, an energetic source. And breathe that energy and heart of the rabbit down. That brings and teaches you about halting when necessary, fleeing when necessary, listening when necessary, and facing your fears. And breathe the rabbit in and down and out your feet and back into your heart. Very good. And now that we've called in all these different energies into our space, I'll play my flute and circle this energy for you to hear what it has to say. Silence your mind. And come back to your breath. And breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. I heard the message of balance. I heard the message of love. I heard the message within my heart. You are a beautiful being. You are powerful and so loved in the microcosm and the macrocosm of this multidimensional universe. You are grand, and you need only grow. You plant the seed, and you take care of it, and you plant it in your heart, and you help it grow. Listen to your heart and your passions and your creations. There is no right, wrong, good, bad. It's just a way. When you listen to your heart, you'll see your path. It's in the center point and the balance. And conjunct that within. Conjunct with the greatest conjunction we've had in our lifetimes. Together here. And I love you, and I care about you. You're awesome. Take your right hand and place it over your heart and give yourself love. Your right hand is your giving hand, and your left hand is the receiving hand of your energetic centers. And put that over your heart too. And circle around the energy of love and breathe it deep into your heart, deep, making it so far in. And breathe out the love and expand it as far as you've ever dreamed love could expand into an infinitude of the universes. And breathe it back in. And here is that creation of space, of love. And each step from here, listen to your heart. It knows the way. And your subconscious mind is listening and helping you figure it out. Just have faith in you. And now take your beautiful arms and wrap them around your vessel and give yourself a great big hug as I'm hugging myself. I love you. Slowly open your eyes and come back to this space with me. I love you. And breathe in love that surrounds us. You're awesome. And breathe it back out. And I can just experience in my mind, I'm thinking about all the oxytocin that's just flowing through my veins right now. Can you imagine all of the love hormone chemicals flowing through our veins? It's through these hugs, it's through this self-discovery and meditation that you just release it. Oxytocin is a wonderful thing. And I'm grateful that we can produce them in our awesome vessels that we have here. And I love you guys. And thank you for tuning in to such a long show with me. But what a journey we've been on. And for anyone, if you've been here the whole time, man, that's pretty awesome. It's a cool journey, man. Keep your chins up. Keep putting one foot in front of the other. I love you. I care about you. And hugs and loves to you, Mom. And Julie, Julie, it's so good to see you in here. I love you so much. It's so cool. I smiled and blinked at you. I don't know if you saw when you came on, but I love you guys. Should be back in here next week or sooner. Again, in the constant mode of creation. And what else do I want to say before I go? You guys are awesome. Love you so much. Big hugs, lots of kisses, and like and subscribe, man. Just take a moment, continue to expand and share this message. Help more people out there. This is also streaming on YouTube. If you're watching it on Facebook, pop over to YouTube, check out the Expanded Understanding channel, and subscribe and watch more of this, and like and share for everyone. I love you, Lisa. Yay, you're still here, and love you, Sammy. And I will look forward to seeing you guys back in here very soon, and lots of love. And okay,